We'll start with Mandy.
Just to recap last night, can you explain what that feeling is like of clinching and celebrating? And I know you guys already did it twice, but to have your first one now in the playoffs, what is that like?
Yeah, I mean, pretty incredible. I was actually texting with my family earlier. Like, I still get like chills even today. Like looking at the picture of me and Quan behind home plate when Lane's crossing after his grand slam. I mean, it was just so much fun, and hopefully get to do it a couple more times.
David, what allows you to, in Game 4, you hit the 2-run homer, then you drop down to bunt. What allows you to do that? What kind of skill set?
The homer is, I mean, luckily just got a pitch to hit and it ran into my barrel. The bunt is a lot of years of being bad at hitting in high school and early in college, where I weighed like 130 pounds, so I had to bunt quite a bit. But yeah, whenever voter asked me, I felt good about the bunt.
Other questions, Mandy?
You guys all take pride in your defense. It would just, what kind of comfort level does it bring all of you to know that you have Rocchio and Jimenez up the middle in the infield?
Yeah, it's we talk about getting the ball to the Venezuelans. We want to get the ball to Rocchio and Jimenez. I mean, it's so comforting for us as players. I can't even imagine as a coaching staff if just like a ground ball's hit and we're like, okay, it's either 1 or 2 outs. Like we're making the play, and even with our outfield, I mean, Kwani's a Gold Glover. Lane runs everything down. I mean, whoever's in right field, it seems like John Kinsey's making a diving play every other night. I mean, our defense is, outside of our bullpen, kind of been like the backbone of our team, and it's just really fun to watch.
Questions for David?
What have you learned about Cleveland in the time you've been here? I mean, and how much do you think this kind of postseason run has meant to the city?
Yeah, I think obviously it's huge. It's so cool to see how much they love their sports teams. I mean, even just like walking around, especially during football season, all the brownie stuff. But it was really cool to feel how, like, the atmosphere that we had in Cleveland this past postseason series. Obviously, I wasn't here in 22 when they were in the playoffs, but guys are kind of like, hey, you'll be surprised how loud it gets here. And it was like, there was just that different feel, and you could just, good like baseball feel too. It wasn't like you need a scoreboard to tell you, hey, it's time to get loud. It's like, no, they know there's 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is a big moment. A guy moves a runner over. The fans know that that's a good baseball play, and they're getting fired up, it's really cool.
The biggest strength of your offense, it seems like all season long, is that it could be anyone who's the hero on any given day. To know this past series that you guys did what you did with Jose had the 1 big homer, but then everyone else was stepping up. What can, if Jose gets hot at the right time, like what kind of offense can this then become on top of that?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a different guy every night, it seems like, all year. But we were actually having dinner last night and kind of talking about it. It's so cool to see that. Like a guy like Brian Rocchio has a huge series. Quan didn't get out all series, it seemed like. And then these last 2 weeks, Josh and Jose could just be like, hey, guys, come on. We're just going to win it for us. Like, they're that good. And so it's cool that guys who are role players pick up huge responsibilities in the playoffs, knowing that our 2 main guys can just pretty much take over whenever they want.
What do you think about the Yankees? You saw them in the regular season. It didn't go great for you guys, but what problems do they present?
Yeah, they're a tough team. Obviously, they got the 2 big guys in Judge and Soto, but they have a deep roster, really good pitching staff, some veteran starters who have been around a little bit. But it'll be a really fun series. They're a good team, and we're excited for it.
You obviously don't know what it's like to take a ball 5 straight games in an ALDS series, but to imagine what it would be like for Cade Smith as a rookie. I feel like we keep driving this home, but just how impressive is it for you guys night after night to see what he's been able to do in no matter what situation?
Yeah, Hedgie did a great job of it on the bus the other day, talking about, because sometimes I almost think we take it for granted with how good he's been in the rest of our bullpen, but I think he was saying that I guess he set a record for strikeouts by a reliever in the division series. Like, he's a rookie. Like, he didn't even know if he was going to make the team coming out of camp. He's coming on the trip to Oakland, and it's like, hey, you may be on the roster, but we don't really know. And he's just unfazed by it all. He's in there folding his sweatshirt in between innings, acting like nothing's happening. He's setting records. Like, he's so good, and it's so fun to watch him because he's so humble and such a good guy. Couldn't happen to a better guy, and yeah, he's been so good.
How have you adapted to in the second half, mostly just to DHing?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Obviously, last couple of years, a big part of my role is playing different positions. But it's been good. Like, I've gotten good stuff from guys on the team and coaches of kind of how to adapt to that role. And me and Manzo going back and forth the past probably month or two, wherever, with the righty-lefty splits has been fun. Me and him just shooting it up in the dugout and just talking about how we're going to attack, whether he's pinch hitting for me or I'm pinch hitting for him, how we're going to attack a certain pitcher. And it's been fun.
All right, David. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Have a great series.
Thank you.